Good morning, everyone, and welcome to church today on this Our Lord's Day. So let us worship God. We begin with the hymn, Blessed Assurance, Jesus is
Jesus is mine. Oh, what a Let us join together in prayer. Dear Lord, how lovely has this summer season been? Perhaps not for everyone, but for we who have been blessed with sunshine and with rain, with holidays and with the fellowship of our church, our friends and our families, it has brought goodness and light into our worlds. We hope that we haven't missed the spiritual fruits of this season. We need your guidance when, on the personal roads we travel, we perhaps lose our sense of direction. Fill us with your promised happiness and challenge us to follow the principles of your word. We trust in you today. We thank you that you keep turning the pages of our lives. Every day you give us a new beginning. Forgive us our moments of ingratitude. Forgive us for taking and not giving, for reaping without sowing. Open our eyes to see, our lips to praise, our hands to share. May our feet tread lightly on the path we travel, and our footsteps be worthy of the following, for they lead to you. Take the words we speak this day, the hymns we sing, the gifts we offer. Take our inner thoughts and our outer expressions. Take them all and turn them into a living praise that will not end today, but be carried through the next season and onward to the glory that is your kingdom. And now we join together in saying your special prayer. Our Father,
who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever.
Amen.
This past week I've been away for a few days with Michelle, and Matthew and Robbie were able to come along with us as well with just glorious weather. We were in a little place called Rusthorpe, which is part of Whitby, although I suspect locals of Rusthorpe would think of themselves as different in some way. There's a railway station there as well, and a charming path along which you can approach Whitby railway station. And one morning, Michelle herself took that path underneath a viaduct and a bridge and ended up in the heart of Whitby and had breakfast, managed to get back before the boys were awake. So, little lion. Another morning we did something similar. Rusthorpe is on the River Esk, and there's a tea room, Riverside Cafe, and we ate breakfast outside. There were plenty of ducks, all wanting part of it, but they got none of it from us at any rate. And then we had a double kayak and went somewhere along the River Esk and back before, well, halfway back we got a call from Robbie, where are you? It's a tiny place, but with its railway stations, a level crossing and enormous church, a Church of England's primary school and nursery. The church, sadly, no longer in use, but its clock still works, and the bell associated with the clock works as well and chimes on the hour every hour, and at midnight chimes 12 times, and then right through the night I heard it once, chimed 3 times, and thought, oh, that's 3 o'clock. It didn't wake us up on the hour, every hour. Rather sonorous sound and quite pleasant. So we weren't disturbed. I do like when you go away for that experience to be enhanced by the presence, wherever you find yourself, of, and sometimes they can be iconic, but expressions of people's faith in stone. And that's certainly the case in Whitby. For wherever you are in the harbour, you can look up and you can see the abbey that was set there, founded as long ago as the 7th century, sacked by Scandinavian raiders as they came and ravished much of our coastline by their incursions. But when you go away and are able to see, and as I say, in stone, the faith that people had in years gone past, it certainly gives me hope for the future. As I learn, sometimes there are legends, on other occasions, historical facts, the stories of people such as Saint Hilda, who founded the double monastery there, where there was a community of both monks, but also another one of nuns, Saint Hilda, whose wisdom was such that she drew kings to her presence for her wise counsel and for advice. She presided over the Synod of Whitby in the 7th century, a synod which confirmed for Christians living in that part of these islands the Latin way of calculating the date on which to celebrate Easter. Iona maintaining its own different Celtic way of doing that same thing. And had an eye for people, for the gifts they had been given by God, and a way of encouraging those gifts to be expressed. And that's the case with Edmund, who was somebody employed by the Abbey to look after the livestock, but Hilda seeing in him something more than just an ability he had with animals, and seeing in him a poetic inspiration and encouraging that, and he was reluctant at first. We have extant the oldest, along with our Roughborough Cross here north of the border, just for example. But I think in terms of, that's a cross, and there's also a whalebone chest, but of parchment. Capeman's Hymn is the oldest known written work in the English language by somebody whose name we know. And it's one worth reading on any occasion. But I thought, having just been in Whitby myself, I might take this opportunity to read it for all of us this morning. Now, and this of course is just a translation from the Old There are many other translations. There was one by Paul Muldoon, which was one of the poems on the Underground a few years ago in London, which we were different, and I thought I might recite that as well, but maybe save that for another time. Now we ought to praise the guardian of the heavenly kingdom, the might of the Creator and his conception, the work of the glorious Father, as he of each of the wonders eternal Lord established the beginning. He first created for the sons of men heaven as a roof, holy Creator, then the middle earth, the guardian of mankind. The eternal Lord afterwards made the earth for men, the Lord Almighty. And it's, as with all great works of art, one of these poems which the more you ponder, the more you appreciate. Amen. We sing, "Be still and know that I am God."
Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that
Our Old Testament reading this morning comes from the book of Psalms, Psalm 82, and that can be found on page 588 of the Pew Bible. God, the Supreme Ruler. God presides in the heavenly council. In the assembly of the gods, he gives his decision. You must stop judging unjustly. You must no longer be partial to the wicked. Defend the rights of the poor and the orphans. Be fair to the needy and the helpless. Excuse me. You rescue them from the power of evil men. How ignorant you are. How stupid. You are completely corrupt, and justice has disappeared from the world. You are gods, I said. All of you are sons of the Most High, but you will die like men. Your life will end like that of any prince. Come, O God, and rule the world. All the